So let's start our next chapter, that is quality management. So far we have covered the project management framework, project integration management, project scope management, project time management, that is scheduling, cost management, right? And the next chapter comes in this sequence is the quality management. Okay, so quality management means doing everything to deliver the outcome of quality through a quality process. So there are two things come into this: a quality product through a quality process. That means we are talking about the product quality which will be delivered, and the project quality, the process of delivering the product. You know, we talk about project scope and product scope. So the product scope is the features and functions the outcome of the project will do, and the project scope is the activities, process, the work which to be performed to deliver that work. So now here also in the quality we talk about both the things. The quality of the product, that is the feature and function should work as stated. Plus also we should deliver as per our commitment. The work which we have committed that we will do, we should do as we have stated in the scope. And that is called quality of the project. Okay, so what is quality management? Quality management is that forming a quality policy for the project. You often have the quality policy for the organization, but every project is different and may require little tweaking in the quality policy of the organization. So over and all, you may still comply with the quality policy of the organization. You will be having little choice on that, but you add to that specific things to your project. Okay, you define once you define your quality policy, you define your objectives of the what you want to achieve as part of the quality management on this project, assign roles and responsibilities so that those things are carried out, and achieve quality in product and project. This is implemented through three processes: the planning the quality management, then performing the quality assurance, and doing quality control. So first thing is a planning for the quality, that how the quality will be managed on this project. As I said, it is a part of the project management plan, which comprises of all the subsidiary knowledge area plan. So quality management plan also is one of the thing here. So quality management plan actually describes that how the quality will be managed on this project. What are the parameters? What are the metrics we are going to measure? How we are going to improve the quality? How we'll take care of the common pitfalls, or whatever things which can hit the quality, how we are going to take care of it. Now based on this plan, during the project execution, okay, we should be clear about it. This is during execution, project execution, or instead of, I will say project execution, when the deliverable is in progress, when the work is being done on the deliverable, when deliverable is in progress, and quality control is done when deliverable is completed. So this is a proactive approach and this is a reactive approach. So the purpose of the quality assurance is to ensure that whatever the outcome of the current work, that is the activities which you need to do to produce a deliverable, during these activities you take required measures to ensure that the outcome is of good quality. Okay, now you have produced the deliverables. Now if you do checking that is this product is of quality, that is called quality control. Okay, so first is planning the quality, second is when the work is in progress, we ensure that we take required measure to produce a quality deliverables, and then taking actions on the deliverable which is already produced to ensure that it matches the quality which we have planned. Okay, now how the quality is achieved? It is achieved through preparing a policy, adopting a policy, through procedures, writing down the real method how we're going to do it, quality assurance and quality control, that is during the work in progress and after the completion, during the work in progress and after the completing the deliverable. And one thing which is quite important in the quality is continuous process improvement. That is, it is not a one-time job. You have always an opportunity to do better, and therefore continuously looking what can be done better, and then in the next iteration involving that and taking actions to improve the quality even further. Now, before we go to the quality management, let's understand some terms. And I would like to hear from you, what is your understanding about them? When we say quality and we say grade, what is the difference? Can you people throw some light? What do you think? What is the difference between quality and grade? Quality is a measure while grade is a rank. Can you little elaborate on that? Utsav, you can speak out instead of writing too much of text. It takes time, right?
I think grade is any kind of maybe grade in a company, or maybe any kind of product which is kind of having a grade, and quality is kind of a measure by which we mm, measure the type of deliverables we are going to give to the customer.
Okay, I think the best way to understand is give a example. That take any example and see this is quality and this is grade.
Quality, you can say that the work we are doing, the the deliverables by the kind of uh, making the software available as per the customization by the customer. This is a quality, and
Okay.
grade may be gradation in a kind of a company, maybe kind of a
Hmm.
designation or
Okay. You're quite near to that. I think you're understanding, but I think you're just not reaching the exact point. You're quite close to that. Rupesh is saying grade is a type of quality. I think the best way you give example. So these all definition will come out very clearly. Because I will just say the same thing to Rupesh also. You tell me what do you mean by that. So give an example. What do you say, Rahul? Yeah, so if you have something, go ahead. Grade are depend on customer requirement. Okay, and not quality. Also quality, right? See, I tell you, I think you're reaching to the point, but just not getting exact differentiation between these two. See, quality is delivering on commitment. Quality, what is quality? Quality depends on specification and work performance. Okay, but I will again tell you that please elaborate on that, Prashant. But meanwhile, let me take this up. Quality means delivering what you said. This is quality. I said I give you 5 pieces of, say, 5 pieces of XYZ chocolate. Now, if I deliver you 5 pieces of XYZ chocolate, then I have met the quality, right? If I change the type of chocolate, instead of XYZ, I say WXY chocolate I give you, then I have differed from the quality. So I supposed to deliver X, I have I have deviated from here, either on the higher side or on the lower side. Correct? Both the things are away from quality. Quality means delivering exactly what you said. So if you have delivered, if you committed on XYZ chocolate, you delivered XYZ chocolate, you are good quality. If you have delivered WXY chocolate, then it is not of good quality. Either WXY is superior to XYZ or not. Now, one word I just used, either WXY is superior to XYZ or not. How you define superiority in this case? in terms of chocolate? Can you give example which chocolate is superior to other chocolate?
Maybe content of Cadbury is more in W X Y than in X Y Z.
Yeah, normally if you see the chocolate superiority is defined by the cost of the chocolate.
Yeah.
The costly the chocolate is, higher the it is superior to the other, right? If it is cost is high, normally this is a perception, right? This is a perception. So if if WXY is chocolate is of little more costly than this, and you deliver this, you have deviated from the quality, but you have delivered a superior grade chocolate. You got my point?
Yeah.
You have deviated from the quality, but you have delivered a better grade chocolate. Okay, you go to reserve a seat in railway, in the train. Nowadays it is very difficult to do so. Okay, it is a challenge. Now you go there. There is a, if you have some expectation, you have booked your seat in 3AC, suppose. Okay, now you have seen you have a general perception that what type of third AC compartment would be. Right, now if you go there and if you find it is not in shape, it is dirty, the food is not served properly, it is not clean, the berth of sleeping are not, the the I say quilt, or the things, the stuff you provided to you is it is not good, then you say, then you say it is not up to the quality, right? It is not up to the quality. If you have booked in 3AC, you go to the 3AC and the things are not in shape, or general, it is below or lower than the general perception. Now if you go there in 3AC, you find everything is too good. The the quilt and etc., the stuff you provided is absolutely clean, the compartment is clean, the attendant is very polite and attending you and taking you to your seat. If you get a very good quality of good quality food, etc., you will say it is of superior quality, right? Because it is better than the general perception of 3AC compartment. But you might have seen in the ticket that there is an option of auto upgrade, right? Suppose railway found that there is no seat in AC, but there is a seat in second AC. There is no seat in third AC, but there is a seat available in second AC, and they did a auto upgrade for you to give you a berth in second AC. What you have got? A berth in a higher grade compartment. Are you getting the difference between the quality and the grade? The quality is measured against commitment, and grade is measured against richness. The richness of the product with the features. Let's say Honda Civic is higher grade car than Honda City. right? It has nothing to do with the quality. Both the product, both the car should not break down in between when you are traveling, or they should not give you problem. If either of them is giving problem, then they are low quality, irrespective of what the grade is. You expect both the car to deliver the performance, right? I just is this clear? Now, what is the difference between QA and QC? I think I just explained. So you tell me what you understand. I just in the previous slide I just explained it. Very good. So basically they are similar kind of activities, but when you do these activities during the work in progress, then it is quality assurance. When you do after completing the deliverable, then it is quality control. What is the difference between precision and accuracy? Suppose you are measuring the value of X which you expect 1.23785. Okay. Now you took the reading two times. One time you get 1.31257, and second time you got 1.23 or 24, 1.24. Now this is more precise. The precision is high. The precision here is high, but the accuracy is low because the deviation between this and this is bigger than this and this. Here the precision is low, but accuracy is high. Right? Is this clear? Precision means depth of the measurement. So higher the depth of the measurement, higher the precision. And accuracy means near to the expected results. QC process to verify product and QA process to give us confidence. Yeah, give us confidence for the future outcomes. And QC means the process to which is the outcome is already in front of us. Right. What is the difference between product and project quality? The product quality will be defects. How many defects will define the what is the product quality, and schedule deviation will tell us the project quality. The cost deviation will tell about project quality. Complying to the process which the customer expect is, or non-compliance to the process, we talk about project quality. While the defects in the features and function are not properly functioning, inferiorly functioning, superiorly functioning, this is all about product. Now another terms which these things come, I think we should understand them properly, that conformance to the requirement and fitness to use. Now these two terms are defined by two different people, and both actually talk about quality. So on one side, the quality is all about the requirement you got from the customer and you comply to those requirements. So that is called conformance to the requirement. Second thing, whatever you have received from your vendor or whatever the customer has received from us, he'll look for how much useful is that. So it is not necessary that conformance to the requirement will take you to fitness to use. It is not necessary that if you conform to all the requirements, if you comply to all the requirements, if you deliver the product exactly as per the requirement, it will still be of high on fitness to use. It all depends upon how good the requirements you collected or customers give you. So there are various chances that customers give you requirements, you comply to the requirements, but customer may still not be happy because he is not able to use it. So what comes here is, normally vendor look for conformance to the requirement because he knows the requirement. He doesn't know how the customer is going to use it. Actually vendor is supposed to know, but most of the vendors do not know. They say that the customer has given us the requirement, we have to deliver product as per this requirement. So they look for, their viewpoint is to deliver as per the requirement. So confirming. But customer's point of view is always fitness to use. It always look that out the product is able to solve his problem or not. And therefore we tell vendors or we tell the people who are executing the projects to prepare a charter. Charters talks about business case. The business case is very important. So we need to, as a vendor, we need to understand what customer want to achieve out of this project. Because customer is not expert, vendor is expert, there are higher chances that vendor will figure it out. The requirements which he has received will take the customer to the solving the problem or not, or is there any gap, and vendor should be able to highlight those gaps. And if those gaps get filled up, you will not only achieve conformance to the requirement, will also achieve fitness to use. Because most of the vendor do not look for it, at the end of the project they often go into trouble, and customer satisfaction, achieving customer satisfaction will be low. Even customer accept that you have conformed to the requirement, your satisfaction level will continue below. It is more to do, it is less logical, more emotional. In such cases, whenever such things happen, that you conform to the requirement but the customer still find gaps in using it, he says the vendor is not able to add value. They are not coming up with the suggestion. They are not talking about how this product can be make use better. Right? This is what normally customer complain when they accept that the requirement they provided were not good, and they say if we were not able to provide good requirements, vendor would have come with the ideas and helped us to identify the gaps and help us to fill those gaps so that we would have used this product to solve our problems. So this is a very important point actually to achieve customer satisfaction. Matrix versus measurement is, matrix are measured. So schedule deviation or schedule variance is a matrix, and 5% schedule deviation is a measurement. Got it? Now what is quality management? Improve the project management as well as the quality of the product. It looks for high quality and high grade, but high grade doesn't mean grade higher than we committed, okay, but not allowing to lower grade things to go. This is must be understood that quality is planned in and is not inspected in. The idea of achieving quality is proactive, not reactive. So more focus should be on preventive measures, more focus should be on quality planning and quality assurance, not on quality control. Quality control should be a supplementary thing which will ensure that even after everything we have done, is anything left. And we should look that our quality control process should be smoother and should not able to highlight any lacuna in the product. That is called quality is planned in. Okay, it should be a proactive thing, not the reactive thing. Every quality achieving the quality product requires investment. Okay, investment by people, investment by process, investment of money, investment of various equipment, investment in defining the processes, investment in the people to carry out quality control activities or quality planning activities, quality assurance activities. All this required investment. Normally this investment is done by performing organization, and performing organization must see that whatever investment it is doing in getting a better quality product is justifiable. Means the return on this investments are higher than the investments. So a cost benefit analysis is also part of the quality with respect to investment in quality, not investment in project. Okay, the cost benefit analysis doing at the time of initiation for taking up the project or not, it's a different thing than the cost benefit analysis doing for investment in the quality. Cost benefit analysis for doing the investment in the quality will help us to do the appropriate investment, which help us to achieve the quality which we have committed on this project. Okay, there are many similarity, because quality management is also a subject in itself, like a project management, but project management doesn't complete without the quality. So we have considering quality management here under the project management as a subset of it, but quality management is itself is a big topic. And there are many things which are common in that both look for customer satisfaction, both prefer prevention over inspection, both says that it is a management responsibility to achieve quality, and it is achieved through continuous improvement, that is, I think, defined as plan, do, check, act, that PDCA cycle. Okay, initially we talk about that most of the problems in the project, when we were talking about project management framework, at that time we talk about that most of the problems in the project are because of the managerial's errors, not the workers' error or the technical people errors. So there are problems with the technical errors also, but they are only 20%, 80% problems are because of the managerial things, because maintaining the quality is management responsibility. Now, before we go into the real quality planning, quality assurance and quality control processes, let's also look on that what is the cost of quality. What is the cost of quality? We just talk about investment in quality. So every investment costs you something. Every activity on the project requires investment, means costing to you. What are those activities? The prevention activities and the corrective activities, right? The prevention activities and corrective activities, the inspective activities and corrective. So there are three things you see here. One is prevention, another thing is inspection, and third thing is correction. So our investment or the cost we incur on the quality in three areas. One is prevention, second is on inspection, and third is correction. So these two things are mainly preventive. We also say cost of conformance, and this third thing is a correction, which we say cost of non-conformance. So look at this, the cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. Cost of conformance, the prevention and the appraisal or inspection. Right? Inspection cost, inspection, doing inspections, reviews, lab tests. So your testing, many people get confused. The testing is not cost of conformance or non-conformance. Testing detect defects, and we need to incur cost of non-conformance to repair the defect. So repairing the defect is cost of non-conformance, but testing activity is not cost of non-conformance. Testing is a cost of conformance because it's an inspection. It is ensuring that our product is of good quality. What are preventions? That you provide training, you do process documentation, define everything properly, define your roles and responsibility, let people know what they're supposed to do, their job description, bringing equipments and tools which will help us to reduce the defects or reduce the mistakes, reduce the errors, doing better planning, and providing time so that people produce a good quality product. These are the prevention costs. Appraisal cost or inspection cost, when you actually test it out, that is whatever efforts we have put in are giving results or not. If they are not giving results, and if you figure out some observations and the defects, then you have to repair them, and repair them means you are doing reworking, you are reworking on it, and that is the cost of non-conformance. So there are two parts of non-conformance. One is the internal failure or the external failure. External failure means the deliverable has gone from the hand of the team, project team, and now some other person, probably customer or some other group, identify a problem. Customer, consumer, or anybody else identified the problem. So if project team is able to identify the problem, error, defects, then it is an internal failure. And if customer, consumer, or the other group identify the problem, it is an external failure. So what is internal failure? Internal failure will lead to rework, scrapping, repair, defect evaluation, corrective measures, right? Other things also required, but they are more damaging in terms of they come as a rejection, they come as return the things, it come as a complaint, it comes as a more damaging thing. So internal detection is less damaging, the external detection is more damaging, the loss of business. It is much more damaging to the project and the organization than the internal failure. So both together, cost of conformance and the non-conformance come together, make cost of quality. That is the investment the organization has done to deliver a quality product. Okay, now before we go to the project planning and the assurance and the control, let's understand 7 basic quality tools, because they are used throughout the planning, assurance and the control. Okay, give me a moment, I will be back in a Okay. So we'll go one by one all this and we'll understand what they mean really. So first is the cause and effect diagram. The cause and effect diagram help us to identify the root cause of the problem, or it help us to identify potential problem we can, or the root cause of the potential problems, or the problems we have already detected. So basically it's a root cause analysis diagram as well. It is also called fishbone diagram or Ishikawa diagram because it looks like a fishbone, and it is first used by Ishikawa or invented by Ishikawa or used by Ishikawa. So how it works actually, you might have been like used it sometime, but just for little understanding that if you have identified defects, we try to understand why this defect has come. So we go deeper and try to see that where the problem. So first level we say it could be an individual problem, it could be an environmental problem, it could be a group or project related problem, or it could be a workplace related problem. Then we ask another time, then if it is an individual problem, what could it be? So we say normally it could be lack of motivation, it could be lack of experience, it could be health problem, it could be that the person may be assumption, it could be an attitude problem. When we talk about the attitude problems, we say what do you mean by attitude? What is the attitude problem? What could be it? So then we say it could be like a self-review not done. It could be the person find that it is the less important. He is overconfident or he is careless. Okay, this way we keep asking. There is another methodology called lean, and in lean there is a 5 why process. So it normally says that if you successively ask 5 times why, you may reach to the root cause. So here first question we have asked here, second question we have asked here, third we have asked here. So we have reached only third. We can ask further. If it is a work related, we say what is work related. So it could be a monotonous work. It could be a lot of volume is there. So here fatigue is there. If it is an environment, it could be office. If it is a group, then it is a motivation. We can go deeper and deeper in that. A kind of example could be like that. What is this? If you see here that we are talking about a very basic thing and trying to investigate what is the problem in the organization facing problem in computerization. Very early if you see when the computers came in, there were a lot of resistance in implementing the computerization. So it's just an example here that how you can ask 5 times why and reach to the root cause. So you say there is no computerization solution to handle the job. Why it is? Because there was a staff resistance, or second could be there was no formal set of process to handle job request process. So these two things could be possible for these problems. One, we say there is no computerization, so we say there was a staff resistance. Why there was a staff resistance? We say they were not explained the full benefits of this could be one. Another thing, they fear being made redundant, so they maybe have a fear of loss of job, and they were uncomfortable about the changing the way. So they are quite comfortable with the old way, new way is bringing lot of pain. Any of three. So we just ask another why times, why there is no benefit explained to them. There was a lack of communication. So there is a problem with the communication, or we say they thought computer system are designed to replace them. This is a why for this. And for this, another why you ask, there are two options we found, that they had always been doing this way, or the positive aspect of change were not communicated. So they're comfortable with the current one because nobody has explained them that how the things will improve their life. What is the positive aspect? Or they're comfortable with the current process. Now you ask another why for this, you say we assumed that the benefits are obvious. Okay, so because of this there is no communication was done. everybody will understand what is the benefit, but nobody understands. Second thing is because we didn't tell them how it would help make their job easier. So we never explained them that it will not make them redundant, but it will make their life easier. All the work was done manually prior. And we assumed that the benefits were obvious. So these and this are same, right? It will lead to communication gaps. So after that you can figure it out what the action you need to take. This is also a type of fishbone diagram. It doesn't look like that. If you make it a diagram like fishbone diagram, it becomes a fishbone diagram. Make sense? Got it? So you have come out with the root cause also. It means insufficient communication, no culture of change and sense of insecurity among the staff, assumption made on our side led to insufficient communication, poor work delegation and advanced planning. So three things are directing towards the communication problem. So it means a communication problem has to be fixed in. So the staff has to give better should be communicated better. Okay. The second thing is the flow chart. So in the sequence, if you say first was the cause and effect diagram, fishbone diagram or Ishikawa diagram, and second is flow charting. Why the flow charting we do, or how it helps? It help understand the complete process, end to end. We should not assume that people will understand the end-to-end process. They are normally not. It also helps in training the people, identifying the potential problems or the problems and improvement opportunities. Because we look end to end, we also figure it out where the things are not clearly. So Dr. Deming is one of the champion of the quality, and there are many things which are like famous for the Deming, and he says the flow chart is a very, very essential item. And so draw a chart for whatever you do. Until you do not know what you are doing, and you just have a job. Okay, so if you have a job in your hand and you want to do something, draw a flow chart. And the flow chart could be one flow chart could be like that. Like we are talking about how the defect will travel from opening it to the closure. And this defect journey, who will handle at what time and what he will do based on the roles and responsibilities defined here in a different color, will help people to understand how the defects can be handled. So it will give much more clarity role wise, that when the person has to attempt and what he has to do and when he has to do. It will help to manage defects better, and therefore less number of defects and less rework. Right? The third thing in this is the check sheet. The check sheet is normally a data collection sheet, a proper data collection to determine what kind of problems are happening in the system and how they can be resolved. Hello?
Hello? Yes.
I think I'm seeing an echo actually. I'm seeing an echo actually. Hello? Yeah, it's good now. Okay, so check sheet is a trying to understand a specific type of problems and how many times it is happening, and then so that we can find the appropriate measure and to whom to attend or whom not to attend. So it is something like that. There are two examples here that a little funny example is like telephone interruptions. You are getting a lot of telephone interruption and trying to figure out what is causing most of the time the interruptions. You say you start like measuring thing on a day-to-day basis. You say wrong number, how many times I receive wrong number. It's an interruption, right? The people say sorry, it's a wrong number, and but you got interruption, right? So you say it happened 5 times on Monday, 2 times on Tuesday, 1 time on Wednesday, 5 times on Thursday, and 7 times on Friday. Total 20 times. Information request. The people calling is to get some information. So it is something like 10 times in the whole week, and this is how it's spread. Boss called up. Okay, so it is like, okay, he calls too many times, like 5 times on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now by taking every day, you may figure it out on a regular basis that on which day boss called the most, and you can take an appropriate measure how to reduce it, right? You may talk to him, you may get away from that, you don't pick up. The many things can happen and can impact you bad in a right manner or wrong manner. But ultimately you get some data, and you can talk about some action. Similarly, if you say if you are like you are looking at the measure some process, an ongoing process, and you are seeing the defects. So every day you figure it out that the paperwork is missing, means the people have not done the paperwork before acting on the things. 5 times happen on day 1, second 2-3 times happen on day 2, and you keep measuring, total 22 times. The packaging was damaged. The package you signed that the packaging was damaged. It happened on these days, and the part was missing. So what kind of defect? We are seeing that there is no proper work, there is package is damaged or the part is missing, and you figure it out these what is happening when. So if you see most of the problem is missing paperwork, then missing part, and the third is package damaging. Here it is most here, then here, then here. Okay, so it helps us to understand what is happening in the system, what kind of issues or what kind of performance we are doing on a day-to-day basis on, and what are the problems we are facing. Now once you have this data which you collected from checklist or check sheet, the next step is useful to you. Now you go to the Pareto chart. What is Pareto chart? You might have heard about 80-20 rules, right? Your 80% of the problems are because of the 20% of the reasons or the basic issues you have in things. Because of that, 80% of the problems are coming. So to identify which 80% of the problems or what 20% causes are resulting into 80% of the problem, we use Pareto chart. And how the Pareto chart actually being done? It is like this. So you have arranged in a descending order and created a bar chart that because of cause A, how many defects, cause B, how many defects, cause C, how many defects, cause D, how many. Like in the previous example, if I say the missing paperwork is A, right? The second is, I think missing part is B. The package damaging is C in this case. And you are seeing that which are the 80%. Then so you have put in descending order. You have created a cumulative graph. This is a cumulative percentage graph. You come on the 80% and draw a line on this, right? And then from here you draw a line on the x-axis. So that means that shows that these A and B on the left hand side of this point are the things which are causing 80% of the problems. Your 80% of the problems are because of A and B. That's how Pareto chart actually helps us. Got it? The third thing, the fifth thing is histogram. Histogram are normally bar charts, and normally they are used to compare two things, especially like in our project case, it is a plan versus actual. What we actually thought of, what is expected to be, and against the expectation, how we are performing. So normally a one-to-one comparison between the expected and the actuals. Okay, you might have used it a couple of times. The last thing in this is the control chart. Control chart are normally used on ongoing process. Suppose you are producing some parts. So if you are producing some parts, you see every time that my machine is still able to, or my process is still able to produce quality results or not. Is anything going out of control? So you produce this kind of graph. What is this graph? You first say that there is a lower specification limit and the upper specification limit. So what is that? That is the limit which your customer or external agency has imposed you, or they are expecting within this, the results within lower specification and upper specification. They are expecting, my customer is expecting. Therefore, I kept my control limits, upper and lower, little less than the specifications, so that I keep the process under control within these control limit, so that no times my process violate the specification limits imposed by the external party or customer. Okay. Now I measure every time a part is produced and map this on this chart. So every time a part is produced, I map this on this chart. And this between this line is a mean of all the things. So it keep moving little up and down as such. It is mean of all this. How you figure out the process has a problem or not? So one thing is called rule of 7. Rule of 7. So what is rule of 7? The rule of 7 is that if there are continuous 7 points on one side of the mean like this, then there will be a potential problem. You need to review the process. Is it developed any problem? The rule of 7 also says that if there are 7 continuous points rising or 7 continuous points falling, if that happens, then there could be a problem. If 7 continuous points, suppose this is mean, hugging the mean line, just near to that. 7 continuous points are near to the mean, it means, or near to mean, or near to the control limit, or near to the lower control limit, then there could be a problem. See, they are all indicating the problem, either on one side of the mean, or they are continuously rising or continuously falling, or they are continuously near to any of the line. Then it shows that there could be a problem. If it is a machine might have developed some problem. The main thing in the control chart, that your point should come absolutely randomly. The point should come absolutely randomly. If the randomness is lost, there could be a probable problem. Now any point goes out of control. Any single point, any single point goes out of control, the process is out of control. You need not to look for 7 points out of control. No, even single point out of control is a process out of control. You stop and investigate the problem. Is that clear? There should be no symmetry. Everything should be random. The seventh one is scatter diagram. As I think we discussed earlier also, it helps us to identify relation between the two variables. So it says that if x increases, y also increases. So it could be y is equal to x plus 3, something like that. It shows when the x increases, y decreases. So it could be y is equal to x minus 5. It could also be like this. It could also be like this. In this case, the equation will be more complex than just plus than simple. Okay. The idea is that we in the part estimate we talk about this, right? Getting the productivity. In the parametric estimate, in the parametric estimate, we talk about doing a regression, observing a particular parameter in various projects we have executed in past, and seeing what is the trend, and then figuring out the relationship between the two variables. So see productivity, what productivity based on size, productivity based on efforts, productivity based on a type of project. So we can type of project, as the new technologies come, the productivity goes down. As the size increases of the project, the productivity actually goes down, something like that. There are some additional like run chart. Run chart as such is not part of the basic quality processes, but it's often used to measure the trends. Okay, there are some statistical method also to identify the variance and seeing that what could be done. As such, none of them actually come into detail in any of the PMP exam, but for our understanding, it is good to understand that what is Six Sigma and how we can use this statistical method. So I will suggest you to go through this slide as such, because it's not very actively used in project management. It's basically a quality and lot of mathematics involved in that. So we have given the example, but I would like to skip here as such, because it's not so important as such. But I will give you some idea about it. What is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is to identify at what level we are working. Are we working at the 1 sigma level, 2 sigma level, 3 sigma level, or plus minus 6 sigma level, which is talk about 99.99. So if your all the observation fall within 3 standard deviation, then you are at this level. The process is 3 sigma. If you produce here, if you reduce the standard deviation and this becomes 1, this becomes 2, this becomes 3, this becomes 4, this becomes 5, this becomes 6, then your 6 sigma is within your this. Then your process is basically 6 sigma, means you are much better because your all the deviations are within this range. Your 99.99% product are within your specified limits. So therefore you have a higher quality. It also used to understand the capability of the process, if the process is capable or not. So this formula, upper tolerance limit minus lower tolerance limit divided by 6 sigma, we can figure it out if my process is capable of 3 sigma or not. 3 sigma means this plus minus 6 sigma. 3 sigma means total width becomes 6 sigma. So if it is 1, then process is capable. If it is greater than 1, process is better than our expectation. And if it is less than 1, it means process will not be able to produce results of 3 sigma level. Okay, so this was the crux of the quality, and now we look at the processes. What what the PMI has written down for doing the quality management plan. So first thing is plan quality, second is performance quality, and third is quality control. So in the planning quality means you should plan out the quality for prepare a quality management plan which will guide your investment in the quality and the activities of the quality. You should also produce a process improvement plan. That means how we can continuously improve the process, the project. We should also talk about what you are going to measure. The quality checklist, which will talk about that how you will verify the completeness of the process. Okay. And what are the tools you use? The cost benefit analysis, that how much investment we will do and what is the benefit of this. Is this justifiable? The cost of quality we discussed about, 7 quality tools we will discuss about. Besides this, we do benchmarking. These benchmarking means the standard things. The many organizations which are like consulting organization or industry organizations like PMI is one of them, IEEE and other things. They keep talking about benchmark, the industry average, industry standard. And if you compare your product or outcome or result against those standards, you say you are benchmarking. You can benchmark against the industry standard, the company standard, the international standards, whatever it is. So you look after, see the cost benefit analysis for your investment. You look on the complete cost to quality. You use your 7 basic quality tools to plan out or to look for the future potential problems and planning out for them, so that you can have a process improvement and the quality management plan. You do benchmarking against the standards in your company or in the industry or the international level. Design of experiment, statistical sampling, we just talk about, I think, the tools, and these are the very tools which keep using. I think manufacturing has a lot of initiative in the quality side, and that's what most of the efforts come from there. So all these things are used to prepare a quality management plan. And what is a quality management plan? Is the how quality policy will be implemented, defining a quality policy and the defining the activities through which that quality policy will be implemented. And then the process improvement plan, that what kind of problems we can face, what kind of problem we are currently facing, and how to put up how we can improve on them. We define quality metrics, that is what metrics we are going to measure, like the defects, schedule variance, cost variance, project quality, the conformance to the requirement, fitness to use. All these things can be productivity. All these could be quality metrics to measure. Then the quality assurance activity. What are the quality assurance activities? Quality assurance activities are the activities which are performed when the work is in progress. Again, the same tools and techniques are used, only the time is different. Okay, here the time is when the work is in progress, and most of these things come in the form of inspection, audit, prioritization, network diagramming, flow charting. All these things are used. Normally we say the quality audits, we can say it also come in the form of, we can say inspection, we can say reviews, we can say walkthrough. All these are different terms for used for quality audits. Normally we look for conformance to the conformance to the policy, conformance to the quality plan, ensures that the COQ, the total cost of quality, should be reduced. So more you invest in the prevention and appraisal, and so less you need to invest in rework, and therefore your cost of quality, complete cost of quality, will come down. Another idea is to share the lesson learned. So because the person who is doing auditing, he keeps doing auditing of various projects, he can share the best practices and the lesson learned to across the projects. We do process analysis, basically a walkthrough to the things and seeing that what improvement can be done to find out gaps and the things to process or things to improve. Okay, we can raise change request to change the policy, change the process, procedures, or checklist, etc. The third thing is quality control, and the quality control means once the deliverable is ready, you have to do testing, etc., to understand that is it matching to the quality standard or not. So basically you see main input here is deliverable from the execution process. From the execution process the deliverable is produced. In the execution process that deliverable come here. It goes through the testing, inspection, audit or the walkthrough, and then it is called verified deliverables. This verified deliverable, where it goes? It goes to validate scope. So here we are checking for correctness, and here we will check for completeness. Here we will check for completeness, here we will check for correctness. Okay, the tools and techniques are same which are used. The only thing is the timing is different. We have quality matrix here, quality checklist here to ensure the completeness of the process. We talk about the changes which come from approved changes come to the execution process. Here we will check them for correctness also. So it is basically deliverable. And then plan versus actual, that is the project work performance information. So you have project, the matrix, checklist, all these are input to this process, deliverable, and then you perform. You using your 7 basic quality tools, you identify the corrective measures, you do inspection to identify or testing to identify the defects, then look for the 7 basic quality tools to not only identify defect but also identify the corrective measures. Take those corrective measures as a change request. So change request means your corrective measures, how to repair the defects. The come out will be the change which are validated, verified. Basically it should be verified. Verified changes, verified deliverables, plan versus actual, and we've done all this. This is done. So basically mainly the thing is that to understand the quality 7 basic quality tools, the process of PMI and how to use them in our projects, what are the various terms in that, and how effectively we use all these 7 quality tools and the process of PMI. That is what the quality management in project management is all about. Right? So, do you have any question? Anything which was not clear during this time? Any point I might have like gone faster than your expectations? You missed that? Let me know. Is all clear? Okay. If that is the case with other people as well, let's do the questions then. So do the questions of quality management. Oh, I'm going back. Okay. So the other quality management questions. Right? So you attempt these questions. We can also do one thing. It is 8:35. So considering you take 10-15 minutes to attempt these questions and then our half an hour break, if you want, we can meet directly here at 9:15. You complete these questions, go for break and come back by 9:15. What do you say? Okay, great. But please come back by 9:15. We'll start sharp at 9:15, okay? Thank you. So see, like so, come. I will prefer you will do the question and then go for the break, or you take a cup of tea in your hand and then do these questions. Okay, so all are back. So let's start from question number 1. I hope you all have done these questions, right? Okay, so let's get started with question number 1. Okay, so we have 3C and 1B, and that is what is. So actually what is happening in the question number 1 is benchmarking. Actually benchmarking is when you compare your things against the some standard, or organization standard, could be industry standard as such. So what is saying, the comparing actuals of plant project practices to other comparable projects. Okay, so there is no benefit as such cost we are talking about. We are just trying to benchmark against the other projects. Other projects means many projects, and there is something which is set because of these projects. So that is called benchmarking. So the answer is C. What about question number 2? Okay, 3A and 1B. So let's see the question. Who write project quality policy? 3A, they say management, and 1B is called quality assurance group. Okay, so I'm not understanding. This is a project quality policy. Why somebody else should write? If it is a project quality policy, why somebody else should write? The project quality policy, the project team should write, isn't it? No, it's not B or C actually. It is because quality assurance group is not part of the project. So management and quality assurance group writing policies for the organization makes sense. But they are writing policy for project. Project quality policy has to be framed by project team, though it will be driven by the organization quality policy. As I said that you may be inheriting the organization quality policies, but this project requirement could be different, and therefore you may change the quality policy for this project with the proper authorization by the management, or maybe you are complying the organization policy, but as well as you also complying to the project requirement. One from management also involved with project team. Not necessarily. Management is a higher management, and project team cannot be considered as a part of management. Or you saying one from management and then others? No, there is no need for management, or even they can come as an help to the people, but they are not people to write the quality policy for project. They can come as an helping hand. Support. So quality assurance group can also support. But when we say who should write quality policy, we normally actually the question is asking who is responsible to write the quality policy. That's what we are trying to say, that not project manager. See, project manager has to do things with project team. If project managers write, it will be project manager's quality policy, not the project quality policy. So project team can include project manager, but project manager doesn't include project team. Isn't it? If you see, project team means project manager is part of the project team, right? But if you say project manager, team is not part. Therefore, the best option is C in this case. Make sense? What about question number 3? Okay. What about question number 4? Okay, great. Great going. What about question number 5? A/C, okay. Okay, the question is who is ultimately responsible for quality management on project? Who will be ultimately responsible means who is accountable. mean if the quality policy is, if the quality management is not taken care of, or if it hurt, who should be called for, who should be questioned? Quality manager? No, right? Who is ultimately accountable for it? The project manager, right? No quality controller. Quality controller is a person who tests the things. But ultimate accountability of quality management lies with project manager. So project team is responsible to write it, but accountability lies with project manager. So if you see the question number 2 and question number 5, there we are asking about who should write the quality policy. So the team member and project manager should write the quality policy, but adhering to this, the responsibility lies with project manager. He should be like ultimately accountable for ensuring the quality on the project. Right? What about question number 6? C, D, C, C. Okay. What is quality? Okay, so we will say meeting the customer expectations. Okay, and second is zero defect. Okay. See, zero defect could be one quality objective, and meeting the customer expectation could be result of the quality, could be one of the aim, but that's not quality. As I said, quality means deliver what you said. What you have committed is the requirements which you have written for the project. If you have got them approved by the customer the expectations will also match with the project requirements. But customer expectation and project requirements are same? No, I doubt. Expectations have much more than mere requirements. And it requires stakeholder management as well besides the quality. So quality is basically delivering on the commitment. That is what the project requirements you have stated and meeting them. So I said there are two things. One is conformance to the requirement, and second thing, fitness to use. Because fitness to use is not here, we have to see the degree to which the project meets requirements. Conformance to the requirements. So A is the right answer. Does that make sense? No, you have any other opinion on this? See, meeting the customer expectation is basically the objective of the stakeholder management, not the quality. Quality means meeting to the requirements or fitness to use, because fitness to use is not here, is not an option. Therefore, we need to put only A. Degree means the more degree means how much they meet to the project requirement. If they meet 100%, you have top quality things. So how much it conferred to the requirement, that is a degree. Okay, so let's go to question number 7. Okay, it's A. So training is prevention, testing is appraisal cost, training is prevention cost, testing is appraisal cost. As I think specifically highlighted, the testing often get confused with the cost of non-conformance. But testing is cost of conformance because it's an appraisal cost, it's an inspection cost. The repair is the cost of non-conformance, which normally comes in warranty. So training is prevention, testing is appraisal, inspection is appraisal. Testing and inspections are same basically. And warranty means you have delivered the product and you are talking about repairing things if customer finds something. Okay, so A is the right answer for this. What about 8? Very good. What about question number 9? Very good. What about question number 10? It is C only for the question number 9. It cannot be B. B is to build the relationship between two variables. Question number 10, C, fantastic. Question number 11. Very good. Question number 12. Fantastic. I think you have got all right, except few ones. C, V, D, T. Okay. Project quality assurance. What is project quality assurance? Let me go to that one. Project quality assurance. What is first is C, B or D? So let's see, read B. Provide the project team with standards to measure the project performance. Does it provide the standards? No. Provide standards is a quality policy. Provide the project team with standard to measure the project performance. Other quality policy, which is a part of the quality management plan. Okay. Provide the standard means it is a plan. C is a process that defines the organization objective of quality management. See, something we are defining, right? Define means is a process that defines the organization objective. Define means planning, right? Provide confidence that the project will satisfy relevant quality standards, right? That is what it is. So it provides the confidence because deliverable is not produced yet. It's going to be produced. So it provide confidence means it providing a confidence that if you took quality assurance activity, you will be assured that the product which will come in future will be of quality. And therefore, D is the right answer for it. All D. Very good. What about 14? A, C, A. Okay, yes. See, whenever terms comes like define, identify, these are all called planning. So you're trying to build something. So that is a planning part. So what it is saying that quality, sorry. What you are saying is identifying the quality requirement. Where you identify the quality requirement? In planning only. Compliance is a part of control. Control, we check, are we matching with the identified requirements? What about 15? BDDB, okay. So what is that? All of the following are cost of the quality. Prevention is cost of the quality. Appraisal is cost of quality. Internal external failure is also. This is a see, prevention is cost of conformance. This is cost of conformance appraisal, and the cost of non-conformance. Operations are not part of project, so they cannot be cost of quality for the project at least. Operation starts when the project closes. That's not part of the project. Therefore, B is the right answer. Right? Okay, so let's go to the human resource. The next chapter is human resource management. And human resource management, we'll talk about how to deal with people. What are the various theories? What are the various research and how people behave? What are the various structures where the people can be organized in a project? How the project's teams are formed and adjourned? What stages they normally go through? How we keep them self-motivated? What are the factors which keep them motivated? What are the various leadership styles? All these things are part of the HR management.